Hi, this is the Why I Hate and Love Pickleball podcast. I'm Bill Wong. Today we're going to talk about partners. Partners should make you better than who you are. I'm going to give you an example. One time I was on the court with a relatively new player, and she had just gotten off a court with somebody who made her feel bad. Every time she missed a point, he would roll his eyes and he'd shrug his shoulders, and she felt terrible. When she got on the court with me, she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're getting the short end of the stick." I go, "Wait, what are you talking about?" She said that, I'm a new player, and the last one just made me feel bad. I said, "Okay, don't worry about it. Let's just play and see what happens." Fortunately, I'm a relatively good player, and the other players hit to me, and we ended up winning. And she was so happy. She gave me a hug. She even wanted to take a lesson, and she was smiling from ear to ear. That's what a player should do for you. A partner should do for you. They should make you better than who you are. And another one of my friends, we'll call him Jay, I was playing with him one time. He said, "You know what, Bill? You make me better." I go, "How's that?" And he said, "When I play with you, I play better because I don't want to let you down. When I play against you, I have to play better because I don't want to get beat. So I'm a better player." And that's what we should be. I had a situation yesterday with a friend of mine who contacted me, and he was having some challenges. He's having some difficulties with his relationship. He wanted to talk. As a friend, I listened. He asked me a lot of questions, and I told him, it really doesn't matter what I think. It really doesn't matter. It's how you feel, how this other person makes you feel. Do they make you a better person than you were before? By your interaction that you want to spend time with them. And I asked that question, how do they make you feel? And he said, "She doesn't make me feel very good." Well, there's your answer. Then I continue, I said, everything is a compromise. What are you willing to accept in another person, in a partner? If I'm on a pickleball court, if someone has a great forehand and they have a moderate backhand, am I willing to accept that? Am I willing to accept sometimes a bad attitude? Am I willing to accept maybe they might not be in the right position, but are they willing to learn? Are they willing to get better? Are they willing to put in the commitment to get better and being open-minded so that they are a better player the next time they get on? Because when I've been on the court, and let's make believe I've missed 2 or 3 backhands for some reason. I get on the court and I practice. Why did I miss that ball? Maybe I wasn't dipping my racket. Maybe I wasn't moving well. Maybe my back was hurting. But what am I doing to become a better player? So next time I play with that person, instead of missing 3 backhands, I miss 1. And are they willing to accept that I missed 1 backhand versus 3? Is that adequate? And if it's not adequate from the other person's standpoint, maybe they need to get a new partner. And that's how we need to be. We need to have an understanding, listen to your partner, understand what you're willing to accept, because I really think, and I said this from the heart, in general, people don't change. I think the people are who they are, and to make that change requires a tremendous amount of effort. And we're going to talk about that in another session. But people aren't able to change. They're not open-minded. They're not self-aware. Have a plan and work that plan. And he kept going on that, there are good parts of this relationship. I understand that. But it's really what you're willing to accept in that relationship and how they ultimately make you feel. And if you're a better person from that. And if you are, and you answer yes to that, then that might be a good partnership. That's something that he needed to come to terms with. That's something that he needed to understand. And as a friend, I needed to say that. I needed to tell him what I really believed, and I kept saying this. It really doesn't matter what I think. It really matters how you feel and what you think. I'm just going to give you advice from my heart because I'm your friend, and then it's up to you. And I told him, you're very lucky because 20 or 30 years ago, I wouldn't have been like this because I've had to have my own journey and my own path of how I became a better person and ultimately a better friend. Because every day what I try to do is, if there's somebody, I try to help them and do something so they feel better. Be it giving somebody a book. Like the other day I was at the bank and one of my favorite tellers was there. and she was off on maternity leave. And I said, "Oh, you're here. I want to give you a book." She goes, "Wait, what?" I get my deposit done. I rush into the bank, sign a book for her, and give it to her because she makes me happy, because she's always happy. She always has a smile on her face, and she always makes me feel good. So I want to do something for her. That's what we should be constantly doing and helping other people. So when it comes to a partner, it's what you're willing to accept and how they make you feel, and if you think they can change and get a little bit better. Thank you. I'll see you. Have a great day.